Everyone, and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level grammar lesson, and today we're going to be looking at the second conditional. So which of the following sentences are conditionals? If I don't eat a good breakfast, I will be in a bad mood later. It's a great idea to eat healthy food as much as possible. Please get me some milk from the shop if you walk by it on the way home. And we will visit Liam and Drew next weekend if we have enough time. So A, C, and D are all conditionals, but B is not. All right, so now we're going to do some review. Just match the if clause and the result clause to make conditional sentences. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. His mom said he can come to the concert if he gets an A on his literature assignment. If it rains tomorrow, we should stay inside and play board games. I'm in the garden, so please come and get me if the delivery man comes, and we could go on a vacation together if you want. Now make conditional sentences. The result clauses will have will, the present simple, an imperative, or a modal verb. And you can go ahead and post these, your sentences, in the comments if you would like to. A hypothetical situation is imaginary or not real. It is something that is impossible or may be possible but has not happened. Are these situations hypothetical or real? I am invisible. Well, that would be hypothetical. I am tired. Real. I am the president. Hypothetical. She is happy. This picture, she doesn't look very happy, although it has not, it could be possible, but in this picture she does not look happy. All right, now read the sentences, and what do you think is the difference between A and B? I don't know what I will do if I lose my passport. I don't know what I would do if I lost my passport. So the first one is a first conditional, and the next one, B, is a second conditional. So both first and second conditionals refer to the present or future, and both have an if clause plus a result clause. If she calls me, I will answer the call. This sentence is a first conditional because it could happen. If she called me, I would be very surprised. This sentence is a second conditional because it's unlikely to happen. And the second conditional is used in situations that are unlikely, impossible, or imaginable. If I won the lottery, I would travel around the world. This is an unlikely situation. It could happen, but it's not very likely. If I were a bird, I would fly to school every day. This is an impossible situation. It cannot happen. And if I lived in a big city, I would take the subway to work. This is an imaginable situation. It is not impossible, but it is not true right now. So look at the second conditional, in which tense is used in the if clause. So if I have time is simple present, and then I will come, that's for the first condition, the future. If I had time, so that's the past, I would come. All right, read the statement and then determine if it's real or possible, or is it hypothetical or unreal. If I study hard, I will pass the test. Well, that's real, possible. If I had a pet dragon, I would ride to school. That is unreal. If I could fly, I would fly everywhere. Unreal. And if she eats too much candy, she will get a stomach ache. That one is real or possible. So look at the structure of the second conditional. We use if plus the past simple, then a comma, plus would, and then the verb. So if we had time, we would take a vacation. So be careful, we use the past simple in the if clause, but it refers to the present or the future. Remember, the result clause can come first or second in the sentence. We would take a vacation if we had time. Complete the conditional using the sentence down below. If I could blank, I would. So if I could travel anywhere, I would go to Hawaii. So you can make your own sentences and put those in the comments if you'd like to generate some discussion or get some feedback. All right, now complete each sentence with the verbs in the correct form. You pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So I know we bought train tickets, but if we went by plane, it would be so much faster. If I won the lottery, I would quit my job immediately, but I don't think it will happen. If I found a wallet in the street, I would take it to the police station. If I lived in Japan, I would eat sushi every day. So remember, the if clause is the past simple and the result clause uses would. All right, complete each sentence with the verbs in the correct form. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. If we took the 10 a.m. train, we would arrive too early. Let's take the 12 p.m. train. Let's see, Hunter was tired all the time, or maybe wouldn't be. So wouldn't be tired all the time if he went to bed earlier. If Lexi and Bethany spent more time reading the article, they would understand it better. And if we hung the picture on the wall, on that wall, it would look better than it does on this wall. All right, now read the conditional and decide which statements are true. If she had a pet, she would take care of it. She has a pet? No, that's false. She doesn't have a pet. That's true. She is a responsible person. Say that's true. If we lived near the beach, we would go swimming every day. So we don't live near the beach, but we like to swim. If he didn't have a job, he would travel more. So he has a job and he likes to travel. All right, so now write a second conditional for each sentence and use the purple verbs below as an example. John wants to speak with Alan, but she can't find him. Joan would speak with Alan if she could find him. Right, so go ahead and try those on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So if Cedric knew Face's number, he would call her. If Manuel had a lot of money, he would buy a house. If I had time, I would go to the gym. If Clovis didn't feel tired today, he would come with you to the movies. Here are a few more. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to see the answers. If Lino practiced, he would play the drums well. If Johan worked hard, he would get a promotion. If I could make a decision, I would plan a holiday. If Kareem didn't have a meeting at 7 a.m., he would sleep late tomorrow. Here are a few more. If we didn't have the internet, I would read books more often. If you did what I asked, we wouldn't have this problem now. Keaton would be happier if we sent him to a private school. If she knew how to cook, she would make dinner every night. All right, these sentences should be second conditional, and choose the correct word to complete the conditional. Again, you could pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. I would come if I had time. Inez would practice the piano if she didn't have so many other things to do. If Theo thought about things more carefully, he would make better decisions. If we have time this evening, we will make dinner at home. If I lived by the mountains, I would go hiking every day. Change each of these sentences into a second conditional. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. We would stay in our favorite hotel if we went to Rome. Yakov wouldn't believe me if I told him what happened. If Tate and Maeve come to dinner, we would eat on the patio. And if I had more free time, I would learn to play the guitar. Again, so you can change each of these sentences into a second conditional. You can put your sentences in the comments if you would like, or restart when you're ready to check your answers. Right, we will stay in our favorite hotel if we go to Rome. So if we went to Rome, we would stay in our favorite hotel. Yakov wouldn't believe me if I told him what had happened. If Tate and Maeve came to dinner, we would eat on the patio. And if I had more free time, I would learn to play the guitar. So imagine that you were having a dinner party. You could invite 5 guests, alive or dead. Who would you invite? Why would you invite them? What would you talk about? And what would you eat? And if you would, post these answers in the comments and we can generate some conversation. Now discuss these questions about your dream life. If you were rich, what would you do? If you could have any job, what job would you choose? If you had a time machine, where would you go? If you could change one thing about your school or work, what would it be? So it's the end of the lesson, but if we had more time today, what would you want to study? What would you ask me? And what would you like to do again? And once again, you could put your statements into the comments, and hopefully we could generate some discussion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.